What's up, guys? Challenge Chris here. A lot of you will be brand new to this channel from my other channel, Vo-Gus Prospecting. Vo-Gus Prospecting covers all aspects gold, and this channel is dedicated to doing other things outside of the gold prospecting realm, and it's mostly going to be focused on lockpicking and puzzle solving because I find them incredibly intriguing, and I think they're a skill that most people should have. Today we're doing lockpicking. How cool is this? I picked up a really cheap lockpicking set off eBay. Now this set only cost me $30 delivered. I had a voucher for 10 bucks, so it only actually cost me $20. It comes with various tools, tensioning tools, bump keys, all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to go into that today. I just wanted to quickly give you a bit of a demonstration of what lockpicking is all about before we get into the series. Once we get into the series, we're going to be tackling all kinds of locks. Now, the reason I find lockpicking so intriguing is because it lies in that realm of you shouldn't be able to do it. It's sort of like puzzle solving. When I pick up an impossible puzzle, it is so cool to get my hands on it and fiddle around with it until I work out exactly how it's been put together and solve that mystery. And it's the same thing with locks. Locks are designed to keep us out of places. And for the most part, locks are for honest people in the world. They're to keep honest people out. Most people in their day-to-day lives are fantastic individuals, but presented with the right circumstances and the right situations, they might just take an opportunistic approach to taking some of your things. And that's why we lock up our tool chests on work trailers. That's why we lock our front gates, we lock our front doors. And it raises a question for me, is how easy is it to actually get through one of these padlocks? Now, this isn't to scare you, this is to raise awareness. The whole concept behind this is, say you spent $30 on a lock you thought was really tough because it had a solid steel body and apparently a hardened shackle, and then you get home and you find out the shackle isn't hardened because you can just file it real easy and you can pick it with a zip tie. These are the questions that you're going to want to know, and that's what I intend to find out. How hard is lockpicking on all types of different locks? And this series is going to take that by the horns and really put it to the test today with what we call a demonstration lock. Now, I saw this on another lockpicking channel. It's just dedicated to that. His name was the Lockpicking Lawyer, and he said that these acrylic locks are designed for demonstration, and it makes perfect sense because if you were practicing lockpicking, you would want to do it on real locks, just like you would practice sport. You would have pretend matches and whatnot where you follow all the same rules and do all the same stuff and then get feedback. Well, this isn't one of them. This is something that I can show you guys just how it works. In this case, it is a pin system. Pin systems are really easy. You can see each individual pin and spring coming down here. In total, there are 6 of them plus one locking one, which just stops the barrel of the lock, which is the big metal thing in the middle, from over rotating. Now, these pins have to be pushed into the correct position. They're actually made up of 3 parts: the spring, the top pin, and the bottom pin. I'm not 100% sure on the names of these. I'm still learning all this stuff, but in between the bottom pin and that middle pin there is what's called a shear line. There's a gap between them, and when you line that gap up across the whole lock, what will happen is it will allow this barrel to turn and your lock will pop open. So we have to figure out that right height, and I've learned 3 ways to do this really quickly and really efficiently. As you might have expected, just like prospecting, there are a myriad of different tools for the job, including tension wrenches. There's a whole heap of different types of these as well. Today I'm going to concentrate on these 3. We've got this one, which I am calling the bump pick, because basically this acts just like a key. You can see the uniform triangles coming out there, and that allows you to jiggle it around, and eventually it will push it into the right position very quickly. We have what we call a raking pick. Now this, I think this is called a half diamond pick. Now the raking pick is the idea that you stick it in the lock, you rip it out, and as you rip it out, all the pins get pushed in a line and your tension wrench will turn the key and open it. And the last one is what you would consider a traditional pick, where you can individually set each pin by itself and take your time with it. Here we go. So we've got the acrylic lock. It is locked 100% like that. All you're going to do is get your tension wrench, and there's a little bit of nuance to this. You have to have the right size wrench for the right size keyhole, so on and so forth, but we're not worried about that just today. I'm going to get the tension wrench. I'm going to use the fat end today. I'm going to stick it in to the keyhole at the bottom. I'm not going to apply any pressure just yet. We're going to use the bump pick I am going to put that in the hole. You'll see the pins start to move like this. There we go. But what I'm going to do is put a little bit of tension on that, put this in, rock it up and down, and it pops open. How quick was that? So just a couple of seconds to use a bump pick to get a lock open. The next one is the rake pick. We're going to take the same method. We're going to put our tension wrench in, we're going to put our bump pick in, and this time we're going to pull it out, and that little triangle should push all the pins into position after just a couple of rakes. If not, we have to let go and then try again. So tension on. Well, we almost got all of them set then. I could see it. Didn't even have to get all the way out. So 1.5 rakes and it came out. Realistically, the main key to this is not getting caught. So you want one that's got a rounded edge or whatnot, and you can pull it straight through and it will line all those pins up easily. The last one is a traditional pick. Now this is something I'm still getting the hang of. There's a couple of key tricks to this. The first thing I would be doing is what I learned off a guy called Bonsai Bill, I think it was. You put the pick in and you slowly run it along the roof of the lock, and you'll feel each individual pin click over, so you know how many pins you have to set. But excluding that, we're going to go one at a time and push them into position. So a little bit of tension on the barrel. Now I'm only putting about as much tension on that this tension wrench as I would with a keyboard, and we're going to push each pin into its proper position. Now this is easy because I can see it, but obviously without being able to see it with a traditional like brass lock, this would be a lot more difficult, and we will get to some of them in future episodes. There we go, and it pops open. Very easy, but again, it would be different if I was using a brass bodied lock. I've done it on brass bodied locks and it takes a lot longer. Now obviously there are a lot of other things involved other than just using one of these to get one of these open. There are a lot of little things that I'm going to have to learn, and then obviously show you guys as I learn. I'm really looking forward to trying this out on as many locks as I can. If you want to get involved, there is an address in the description below that you can send locks to. What I want is the lock with the key padlocked to itself, so I have to get the key off. I would love that. If you can send me a lock, then I will pick it on YouTube for you. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my lock picking video. It was a lot of fun to make. I had a blast opening that lock for you. In the future, I'm going to be opening a lot more of hopefully your locks and some of the other ones that I pick up along the way. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and give us the thumbs up. That goes a long way to me building the channel bigger and better for you guys, so I can show you more of what you want to see. All right, until next time, peace out.